Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Álvarez.
You know, I mean, it's a circus, man. To me, when I hear things like that, man, that's not good for boxing, man. To be honest with you, and especially the face of boxing, the pound for pound king, trying to fight these little guys, you know. I mean, I don't think that's cool.
Don't assume that Canelo versus Crawford is the biggest fight of the year. On paper, it looks like an ideal showdown, 2 pound-for-pound champions to boxing legends sharing one ring, but in reality, it's more about money, media buzz, and flashy promotion than true skill-based, legacy-defining boxing. If you value the pure science of the sport, this fight will likely turn your stomach.
It looked like Bud is going to be fighting Canelo, and I have to ask you, your son should have got the opportunity.
Embarrassing, man. You know, that would be embarrassing.
And how do you feel about Canelo?
It would be embarrassing for me to even ask for a fight with Terence Crawford, you know, with Terence Benavidez. Come on, you know, it's embarrassing, you know? It's like me trying to go to fight Usyk. Come on, bro, you know? It's a big difference. Canelo's too big to Terence Crawford, you know? It's all about money. I think that Canelo does not need to fight for belts. He could go and do exhibitions and he'll make the same money that he's making, because at the end of the day, you know, he's Canelo. He's worked so hard and people will pay to go see him. But I just believe that he has fucking belts hostage, you know? He's not giving people opportunities, you know? And I don't know why the organizations are allowing that. Why not make it mandatory? We waited for 4 years, man. Mandatory, you know? So at the end of the day, you know, man, I just don't even want to talk about Canelo.
What about that 200
now,
million?
you know, now we have Diego Pacheco at 168. Now, you know, it's like Canelo, you know, like, but I would even think that he would never face Diego Pacheco.
Listen closely. Canelo Álvarez versus Terence Crawford is being sold as a historic event. But let's be real, who actually wanted this? Who stands to gain? Who's really taking the bigger risk? This could end up being one of the most uneven matchups in boxing history, paired with one of the sport's largest marketing budgets. That's the truth behind Canelo versus Crawford.
Crawford versus Canelo.
I hate it. I don't like it one bit. I think that Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. I think that Canelo is one of those folks. But Canelo is fighting at 168, which means he's walking around heavier. And I appreciate Canelo Álvarez coming on this show, having me interview him last week before his victory over Munguia, which I knew would happen. I appreciate his honesty and his candor, but I was honest too. He knows what I want. I want what all boxing fans want. We want to see the reigning, defending super middleweight champion of the world, fighting against another super middleweight champion in David Benavidez.
So, here's the backstory. Turki Alalshik, the Saudi entertainment powerhouse funding today's boxing world, has decided to make history once again. After organizing mega events like Fury vs. Usyk and Joshua vs. Ngannou, he's returned to the spotlight, this time by placing Canelo and Crawford together inside the ring.
It's happened. Canelo Crawford, 13th of September in Las Vegas. Thank you for everyone. Thank you, Canelo. Thank you, Crawford. Thank you, Netflix. Bella. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, all your team in Netflix. Thank you, Nick Khan, TKO. Thank you, Dana, my brother, who he will promote this fight with me. Thank you for Sila, Dr. Rakan, my old friend, Dr. Rakan. Thank you to Riyadh Season, Faisal. Thank you to Fatal Fury, SNK. Thank you to the Ring Magazine. Thank you for everyone. This is the biggest fight in boxing and in the history in the last 10 years and maybe more. Thank you, Shepard, from the team of Canelo. Thank you, Ash, the Hunters. And this is very good opportunity for the talent in boxing. We will make the undercard, all the undercard, about talent, because we have the biggest fight. we don't need big fight in the undercard. For that, we will give the chance for the talent. If you think you are ready to be in the undercard of Canelo Crawford, come talk with us. And maybe you will have chance. Thank you, and see you in Vegas the 13th of September, inshallah.
To be fair, it does feel significant. Crawford, who recently dominated Errol Spence Jr. to become the undisputed welterweight champion, is now chasing greatness. Canelo remains boxing's biggest name, the red-headed powerhouse who has ruled super middleweight for years. So while it looks like a dream matchup, don't confuse hype with logic. Real fans know this fight makes little physical sense.
Crawford can make Canelo look bad just like Mayweather did, okay, and just took him to school without running. Or we'll see, Canelo just annihilate him because of the weight. You have to remember that Crawford is a 47-pounder or 54-pounder coming, and Canelo has fought he's probably weighed 200 pounds in the ring at one point. So, and it makes a huge difference, guys. 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds makes a huge difference. So, especially at the elite level. So, I think it's a great fight. I just think that the press conferences were freaking lame.
Why?
Just because it was all staged. I mean, come on, guys. Look, if you want to see Canelo pissed off, take a look at my press conference.
Let's be honest. Strip away the big names, the glamour, and the Saudi money. This isn't the super fight boxing fans were hoping for. Crawford is a natural 147-pounder welterweight, is where he built his flawless legacy, undefeated, untested, and untouched. Even when he moved to 154, it felt uncertain. He's never faced true threats there and never fully settled. Now, he's suddenly jumping straight to 168 point.
I don't gotta knock him out to beat him. He's never been knocked out before, but he lost fights before. So everybody, that's coming in thinking that I need a knockout to beat Canelo Álvarez is wrong. And that's not the approach that, we take in this fight. If the knockout comes, then it comes. But we're not going in there to knock him out. We're not looking for the knockout.
Terence, you've said if you win, you feel you're on the Mount Rushmore.
I didn't say if I win.
Okay.
I said when I win.
Well, with that, what is Terence Crawford's legacy with a win over Canelo?
Listen, I already said it. I'm on that mountain. Ain't nothing left to say.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
So you're saying Bud is stepping into super middleweight to face a fighter who's ruled the division for years. Canelo has competed at 160, 168, and even up at 175. He's absorbed shots from legit light heavyweights, stood toe-to-toe with heavy hitters like Sergey Kovalev, and never backed off. The man moves like a tank. That's a natural 21-pound gap between them.
I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Al-Rashid told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to he walk me back, and that's why I pushed him. And like I say, don't f with me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you watch Saunders fight, right?
Which one? The Saunders. Oh,
he pissed me off. He pissed me off. Yeah. So it's gonna be almost the same.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
And size matters a lot in boxing. This isn't basketball where height alone gives you an edge. In the ring, every pound adds force. Moving up a division shifts how your punches land and how your chin reacts. Crawford's speed, timing, and ring IQ are elite, no doubt, but he's stepping in with a man who's battled monsters at heavier weights. Can he maintain his power? Can he withstand Canelo's body shots that have dropped through super middleweights?
The last fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level. And
I fought everybody.
The last fighters you fought since 2002.
Mention me one. You mention me one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look,
it's gonna be me.
I don't care about nobody else.
And you will see that.
You. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stuff a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? Same everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them stump a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Watch.
Live only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Let's not forget boxing history. Kell Brook jumped to 160 to face GGG. He left with a shattered face. Amir Khan tried the same against Canelo and got knocked out mid-fight. Mikey Garcia moved up to 147 to fight Spence and didn't win a single round. There's a clear pattern here. Smaller, skilled fighters chase greatness and get crushed not due to lack of talent, but because weight classes exist for a reason. Casuals may find this part boring, but it's what kills the suspense.
The others say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's gonna be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo, he's gonna slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo had, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
when the fight is this one-sided, it doesn't feel like a strategic battle, it feels like a cash grab. Crawford's greatness will be overshadowed because he's undersized. Even if he fights, it will likely be a slow-paced war where Canelo moves forward, shrugs off punches, and lands punishing body shots that drain your spirit. By round 6, Crawford will need to fight perfectly just to survive. That's not thrilling. It's like watching your favorite player struggle uphill while weighed down. He'll have to box flawlessly and hope Canelo doesn't land a clean shot. If Canelo wins, he just beat a welterweight. Big deal. No legacy gained, no risk taken, just another smaller opponent added to his record. If Crawford loses, the criticism will be brutal. He lost to a fighter to weight classes lighter. So who benefits here? Not the sport, not the rankings, but the combined star power of 2 big names. Alashik's unlimited funding made it happen. This isn't a legacy fight, it's a spectacle. A crossover event dressed up as pound-for-pound greatness. Even Oscar de la Hoya, who's promoted some of boxing's biggest bouts, isn't impressed. And when Oscar says a major fight isn't right for boxing, you know something's off.
Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's gonna do to him? Run him out of the ring. You know what's laughable also? Dana White being named the promoter of this fight, considering he's never been in the boxing space. Has no stable of boxers. He didn't negotiate. And is being handed this fight on a silver platter and called promoter. He's the trust fund baby of boxing. That's it. The trust fund baby of boxing. And get this. The fight will take place during the day on September 13th in Las Vegas. During the day. So Canelo will fight during the day on Netflix just to accommodate UFC Noche later that evening on a different network. So does that mean this fight isn't important? Do they not give a about the fans or viewership? Why is it that Canelo has to fight during the day on Mexican Independence Weekend? And UFC with a roster of names I've never heard of is going on prime time. Cinco de Mayo. He's fighting in Riyadh and now he's fighting during the day on the biggest weekend in boxing. Yeah, Canelo will fight anywhere. Anytime he's told, because he doesn't give a... All he cares is about the money. Doesn't give a fans.
He dismissed this fight as a joke, saying it's more about politics and power than genuine competition. But here's where it gets even crazier. Dana White is promoting the match. Yes, Dana White, the UFC's top figure, is teaming up with Turkey and TKO to push Canelo versus Crawford under the Riyadh season banner. That says it all. This isn't about legacy or weight classes, it's about money. About 2 flashy names on a Saudi stage, sold as the biggest fight of the year, while real fans see it as just a crossover scam. And if Dana White, who hates boxing politics, is behind it, the payday must be huge. Don't get me wrong, there are boxing experts and pros who are hyped for this bout. Fair enough. Two of boxing's biggest stars in one ring will make headlines, draw crowds, and create a buzz. But let's be honest, this is just a show. It's not about legacy, pound-for-pound skill, or true fans who value technical fights or fair weight classes. It's about clout, catch, and spectacle. When you strip it all away, what does it really mean for the sport? Not much.
Are you still favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
No, I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you feel...
Of course, yeah. I like Terence. I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that. And I guess that's what happened in Riyadh, because I travelled with him to the fight, and but it's a 50-50 fight. I think gun to head, I'm probably picking Crawford right now. But I want Canelo to win. And he can win for sure. But Terence is going to make it really tricky and awkward for him, and I don't think he's going to like that kind of fight.
Yes, we will watch. I'll tune in too. Sure, it will look incredible on the huge Riyadh stage, but ultimately, it won't advance boxing. It's just giving casual fans a flashy event to talk about while real contenders, each division, keep grinding for meaningful fights. Boxing purists have very different dream matchups for both fighters. Fans have been clamoring for Canelo to face Benavidez. The Mexican monster has chased Canelo's shadow for years, and their rivalry has only intensified. Benavidez is young, hungry, undefeated, and most importantly, in Canelo's weight class. That matchup made perfect sense. It would have been a battle of flaws, the reigning king versus the rising killer. That's the kind of fight that could have truly cemented Canelo's legacy at 168 instead of just giving him a pat on the back.
I'm tired of missing out on these fights. And I want the boxing community, because y'all cover it more than me, you cover it better than me, because you live it and breathe it and eat it every day. Could you help a brother out? How much help can I give y'all to help put pressure on these promoters to give us the damn fights we want to see? I want Canelo versus Benavidez. I don't want Benavidez fighting Beterbiev. I want him fighting his natural weight class, super middleweight, against Saul Canelo Álvarez. That is the fight we should all be demanding. That brother has earned a shot. And I understand Canelo, the businessman. He's like, he had to go through a lot and had to fight through everybody before he got on the top of the mountain where he could dictate terms. I totally understand that, and I'm not throwing no shade on Canelo. I'm just saying, we want to see this fight, especially if Benavidez handles his business this weekend. Canelo, we deserve to see that fight.
On the other hand, Terence Crawford versus Yaron Boots Ennis is the fight true boxing fans want to see. Boots represents the future of the welterweight division and is arguably the most feared fighter in the sport today. After Bud dominated Spence, the next logical step was to see if he could defeat the new generation. That fight would have shown us everything we need to know. Is Crawford still untouchable? Or is it time for a new era to begin?
Who's the most skilled fighter today?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots,
my favorite.
It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I can bet the house on is Bud. Because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing. About basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So, skillful, yes. But this and this, it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. There's a lot of guys that talking. But until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying a guy, you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have. You don't even really know what you have.
Instead, we're getting a cross-division spectacle where one fighter is clearly outsized and the other is playing it safe. So yes, it might be the biggest fight of the year, but it's definitely not the best fight we could have seen. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you think Crawford stands a real chance? Is this a legitimate fight or just another Saudi-backed show? Are you Team Canelo or Team Bud? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get this debate going. And don't forget to like and subscribe.